Hello and welcome, friends, to yet another interesting topic on astrology. How and where, in what circumstances, are you going to meet your life partner in this life? All that we can decode from the 7th house lord in your D1 chart or horoscope. 7th house lord, the 7th lord in all 12 houses of your horoscope. So if 7th lord is placed in a certain house of D1 chart, you will come to know in which circumstances or how, where you can meet your life partner in this life. So it's going to be very interesting. Do subscribe. You can reach out for personal consultation. Details are there in the video description. Let's get started. Okay, friends, welcome to the sample chart. Here you can see this is the chart of a Leo ascendant. All right. So in this horoscope, this is a Lagna chart or D1 chart. You have to find out where is the 7th lord. As you can see, this is the first house, all right, and this is the 7th house. This is the 7th house. In the 7th house, you have the sign of Aquarius, all right. So which planet is going to be the 7th lord? Aquarius is ruled by Saturn. So definitely the planet which is going to be your 7th lord is planet Saturn. So Saturn in this horoscope has gone to the 4th house. You can see this is the 4th house. So that means for this particular native, 7th lord is in the 4th house. Aquarius is also believed to be co-ruled by planet Rahu. So you can also look at where Rahu is placed. So in this horoscope, Rahu is placed in the 8th house. Alright. So in this way you have to find out where the 7th lord has gone, in which house it is sitting, that you have to find out. In this horoscope, primarily 7th lord is in the 4th house. If we consider Rahu, then we will also say that 7th lord will have some connection with the 8th house. Okay, so if your 7th lord is in the very first house, then definitely your person can be connected to your own surroundings. They can be connected to either your profession or your workplace. They can be connected to your own social circle. They may be connected to somehow they will be intimately connected to your life. Now, if the 7th lord is in the very first house, they may also be somebody who's known to your circle, your social circle, or your friends, people whom you know. They may introduce your partner to you, or they may be linked to your work, or whatever you are interested in doing. So maybe they may somehow be linked either to your workplace, or they may be interested to they may be linked to, as I said, your network. They may be linked very much. They can also be connected to your neighborhood. That's possible. So because the first house is the life of the native, so your life, they will be intimately connected to whatever is familiar to you. So your surroundings, your social circle, they can be connected to even your workplace. They may have some connection. Suppose you are into business, or even so they may have something to do with your business or even your work. So all that we can say. Also, if 7th lord is in the first house, you will see that your partner can also have a lot of similarities with you. All right, similar nature you can have. Now, the ascendant lord or the first lord, find out how that planet is placed in your horoscope. If that planet is more or less well placed, then definitely your person will have a lot of identical qualities, and both of you can have similar goals in life, and your person is going to redefine your life, your identity will be intimately connected to your partner. After your partner's arrival in your life is really going to be changed. That also, they will be intimately connected to your life, your world. So, 7th Lord in the first house, your partner will be very much part of your world. Okay, your partner may be familiar to your surroundings, to your people. Alright, so they can be familiar. Alright, and then you may meet your partner. Alright, in certain circumstances where you'll be introduced to them through someone with whom you're already familiar. That's possible. In this relationship, true commitment is very important. In this relationship, passion is very important. Passionate connection is important in this relationship. And also, this relationship will always grow when both of you definitely take initiative. Okay, when you take initiative, when you make efforts to keep each other happy or to please each other, then only this relationship is going to work. Your person, if your ascendant lord is well placed, they can have a high sense of self-identity, like self-esteem. For them, their identity, their individuality will be very important. And be careful so that you can avoid ego clashes or conflicts which may arise at times. And your partner also can be somebody, if ascendant lord is well placed, they can be disciplined, structured, they can also be a seeker of knowledge, all right, and they can be creative. They can also have creativity, they can be intuitive. So all these qualities. So yeah, the physical chemistry that you share, that is very important. The kind of physical chemistry that you have is very pivotal in the relationship. So a healthy, intimate life should be maintained. Now let's move on to what will happen if 7th Lord goes to the 2nd house, how and where you can meet your partner. Your partner may be introduced to you by some family member. They may be connected to your families. They may be a very distant connection within the family itself. It's possible. Or your partner may be known to some relative or distant relative. You may meet your partner in some financial institution like bank. In some financial settings, you may meet them. It's possible. You may meet them at some restaurant, or maybe you went to a very good hotel. You may meet them there. It's possible. All right. 7th Lord in the 2nd house. So it is also possible that your person or partner may be known to some close friend, all right, and your close friend may introduce them to you, or your partner will be somebody who will be a close and true friend to you, all right. Eventually they will become, or they'll also become a very close friend. It's possible. Now all these things we can say. So maybe you went to some place, maybe you were at a beautiful hotel, restaurant, and you met them, all right. So all that is possible. So, and also we can say that in the 2nd house we have the sign of Taurus. So Taurus is definitely connected to even pleasures, all right. So in this relationship, giving pleasure to each other, love and affection is very important in this relationship. Staying committed to each other, definitely that will be very much there. And look at how your 2nd Lord is placed. If your 2nd Lord is more or less well placed in your horoscope, then definitely there will be a lot of commitment in the relationship, And this relationship can also turn out to be a successful relationship. All right? Yes, if the second lord is well placed. Now, your seventh lord has gone to the second house. So, after your person's arrival in your life, you may be able to accumulate wealth, you may become wealthier, you may share joint resources with your partner. It's possible. So, all these things. Now, let's move on to what will happen if the seventh lord goes to the third house. Your person may be connected to your neighborhood, they may be connected to your siblings, to your cousins, or even friends. They may be part of your social network. It's possible. Now, so, third house. Third house is also the house of, besides neighbors, cousins, it is the house of communication skills also. So, in this relationship, communication is the key. It's very important to maintain healthy communication in this relationship. Besides that, your person may be in the IT sector, information technology, media. Maybe you met them on social media. That is also possible. Your person may be connected to communication related sectors. Maybe you met them while traveling. It's possible. So when you're maybe in the midst of some journey, or you are undertaking some travel, and in the midst of your travel you met your person, or after reaching your destination of travel you met them in that place. That is also possible. You should share hobbies, interests, common goals. Friendship is the key in the relationship. You should share jokes with each other, do fun things with each other. All right, and friendship is very important in the relationship. Your person also can be somebody who's already your friend. That is also possible, that earlier you were just friends and later on you fell for each other and you became lovers, and then you started thinking of a serious relationship. That is also possible. Now let's move on to what will happen if the seventh lord goes to the fourth house. Your person may be connected to your home, may be known to your mother, or may be known to your family members. They may belong to your hometown. Maybe when you were dealing with some property matters, real estate matters, you met them. It's possible in such settings you met them. After your person's arrival in your life, your assets can grow. Again, if the fourth lord in your horoscope is well placed, then you will get such results. Even your wealth, your assets can grow. After being in relationship with your person, you can buy some property. Already you can become owner of property. That's possible. Emotional connection is very important in the relationship. All right, loving each other, affection is very important. Providing care and nourishment to each other is very important. Besides having intuitive connection, your person also can be intuitive, creative. All right. They can also be into professions in which they are required to take care of people. All right. So they may be into such a profession where they need to deal with people, look after people. So they may be connected to health care, they may be connected to healing practices, or even technology. So all these things are possible. If seventh lord goes to the fourth house, your person will somehow be connected to either your home or your family. They can be connected. Some family member may introduce them to you. It's possible. So in this relationship, emotional connection, having true emotional connection is very important. Only then this relationship can flourish. And traveling with each other, that is also the key. That also can improve your relationship. Now let's move on to what will happen if 7th Lord goes to the 5th house. 5th house is the house of creativity, knowledge, education, even entertainment. So maybe you can meet your person at college or where you go to seek education. You may meet them there. All right. So a place of learning. All right. So it can also be a high secondary school. It's possible, or a college. You may maybe you met your person. Maybe you studied together, or if you go to pursue some course, it could be any course, some diploma course in any subject, or spoken English course, or any course. You went to pursue that course and you met them at that place. It's possible. Maybe you saw them at a movie theater. That's possible, because 5th house is the house of entertainment. Maybe you met them at some gym, because that is also the place where people go. That is also, going to gym can be your passion. So, maybe you met them at some gym. Definitely in public places, you can meet them, because after all, it is the 5th house. So at some public place, all right, maybe you met them, which is connected with education, which is connected with your passion, all right. So 5th house. Maybe you met them during some workshop, maybe you met them at some club, even theater, as I mentioned. So these are all surroundings. 5th house is the house of love, so romantic connection, true love, selfless love is very important in the relationship. Then only there can be a spiritual connection between the two of you. There has to be love. If 5th Lord is well placed in your horoscope, then definitely, there'll be a lot of love in the relationship, and you can fall in love with this person and then be in relationship with this person. All right. After being in relationship, in serious committed relationship or marriage, you can be prosperous in life. You can also get recognition because of this person. Your person can be creative, intuitive, they can be knowledgeable, they can be skillful, all right, they can be independent counselors, they can be artists, they can be in the entertainment industry, they can be very creative, they can also be connected to education industry. So true love, being friendly to each other, sharing interests and hobbies, that also can improve relationship if 7th Lord goes to the 5th house. Now let's move on to what will happen when 7th Lord goes to the 6th house. 6th house is the house of service. So maybe your person, can be in the service sector, they can be in the field of law, technology. It's possible. They can be hardworking, grounded, mature. They can be goal-oriented. They can be structured, disciplined. Now, where can you meet them? Maybe you can meet them at your own workplace, because 6th house is the house of your work. So they may be linked to your workplace, or you may meet them at your workplace, or they may also be connected to your workplace. They may even be your colleague. It's possible. Otherwise, no, if they're not connected to your workplace, then there can be conflicts in the relationship, or your person may get into debt, and because of that there can be problems in the relationship, quarrels or fights. All right, that's possible. Look at how 6th Lord is placed in your horoscope. If 6th Lord is aspected by benefics, then definitely your person can be connected to your work or workplace, or they will be somebody who's going to be very hardworking, and they will be ready to serve you, to help you always. In this relationship, what is important is making efforts, to do things for each other, making efforts to keep each other happy. That's very important in this relationship. All right. Only then this relationship can grow and flourish. So it's very important to constantly, keep trying to, make each other happy. So that is important. And the desire to serve each other is important in this relationship. Selfless service, 6th house. Your person can also be a lover of pets. Okay, they may love pet animals, they may love animals, birds and creatures. That is also possible. They may be a nature lover. That is possible. Alright. So yeah, all these things. Now 6th house is the house of your daily routine, your daily work. Alright. So somehow your person, they can be connected, either to your work, or they may be introduced to you by somebody who is your colleague. That's possible. Now, so 6th house is also the house of conflicts and quarrels, and even, obstacles. So maybe when you are going through some crisis or problems, and you had some sort of quarrel with someone, and then eventually, both of you started falling for each other. That's possible. That initially your relationship began in a bitter way. Maybe it started with a fight, but later on, and initially you were rivals or enemies, but eventually you started developing a liking for each other. That is also possible. Your person, as I said, they can be, hardworking, and they can have analytical skills. They can also have the desire to serve people, serve others. So they can also be into healing and all. Now let's move on to what will happen when the 7th Lord goes to the 7th house. You may be into some business. Your person could be connected to your business or your business partner, or maybe somehow linked to your business or your work. Whatever be your work, they may connect it to your work. They may be connected. You may meet them when you travel to a foreign land. You may meet them in a foreign land. Or your person can have foreign connections. Your person can be familiar to the people who are known to you. Your social circle, they may introduce your person to you. That is also possible. Alright? So they may be part of your social circle. People with whom you interact, they may be one among them. It's possible. Now, maybe when you were you were engaging in some business deal, or you were into some bargaining. You were you were trying to do some business deal, or you were into some contract, and maybe you had gone to some law court, and there you were into you wanted some contract to get signed. So that person, so when you were actually getting into that business contract or business deal or something, at that time maybe either you were dealing with that person, or maybe that your person maybe helped you in getting that contract or deal. That's possible. Alright? So yeah, your person can be into business, they can be into marketing, their work may be connected to traveling, or their work may involve travel. So all these things, they can be sociable. Alright? Healthy partnership, friendship, healthy physical chemistry, intimate life is very important for this connection. If 7th Lord is in the 7th house, they want healthy give and take in the relationship. Actually, they always want you to be their friends and their partner, always there beside you to help you whenever they need you, and so whenever you need them, they will also be by your side. So it's healthy give and take, it's healthy friendship. That's what they're looking for in the relationship. They can have intellectual capabilities, they can have great ideas, business ideas, or any kind of work ideas, or they may be people who can be also deep thinkers. They can be good at counseling, they can do well in counseling, they can be great consultants, even teachers. That is also possible. Very good at interacting with people. They could be into liaison. All right. They could be into marketing, into trading. Now let's move on to the next placement. What will happen if 7th Lord goes to the 8th house? Maybe you met your person, or you're going to meet your person or partner in mysterious or under mysterious circumstances. After you meet them, you're going to be very secretive about that meeting. You're not going to tell others about that. Or maybe you met them during some period of crisis. You were going through some loss or crisis or suffering, and during that time that person arrived in your life. That's possible. Or maybe your person they can also be connected to certain financial institutions. Maybe if you are investing your money somewhere, and you keep investing and you visit that institution because you're investing your money there. So maybe you can meet them in such situations also. Then after you get into relationship, there will be shared resources, joint resources with your person. After you get into relationship or serious relationship or committed relationship, your person also can be somebody who may win some inheritance. It's possible. Your person can also be connected to the field of research, investigation. Find out how 8th Lord is placed in your horoscope. If it's well placed, then they will have great analytical skills, besides having great intuitive powers. They can be into research, investigation, and they can be into technology, they can be into healing practices, occult practices, psychology, even medical science or law, engineering, technology. They can be into investments. So all that is possible. They can be creative as well as intuitive. So all these things. Now at times, again, find out how 8th Lord is placed. So but you may at times feel that they are a little stubborn. They can be a little dominating also. All right. For them, intimate connection, or they would maybe like to dominate during intimate moments. That's also possible. So yeah. So at times you may feel that your person can also be very revengeful by nature. So all that also may be possible. But basically what is important in the relationship is mutual trust, transparency, healthy intimate connection is very important. And being committed to each other is important. Now let's move on to what will happen when 7th Lord is going to go to your 9th house. If it goes to your 9th house, then maybe you may meet your person or partner at some place of higher learning, like college, university. All right. So you may meet them in such places. After your person's arrival in your life, you can become more fortunate. You can become very fortunate, provided the 9th Lord is more or less well placed in your horoscope. Then their arrival in your life will signal good fortune. All right. Now, also maybe your person, while you were undertaking travel, you met them. You were undertaking some travel, maybe some long distance travel, or you met them in a foreign land. It's possible. Your person also can have foreign connections. Your person can be ambitious. They can be adventurous, skillful. They can also be goal-oriented. They can be dedicated towards their goal. They can also be very dutiful, committed to you. All right. They can be knowledgeable. They can be good at counseling, teaching. So you may turn to them for suggestions, advice. Now, you can meet them maybe while you were on a pilgrimage. You were undertaking some worship to some. You were undertaking travel to some place of worship. Maybe you met them there, or maybe you met them as I told you, while traveling. All right, or in a foreign land. So all that is possible. Not necessarily different country, but maybe different place within the same country where the culture is different. You were traveling, you went there, and you were on travel, and you met your person there. That is also possible. Besides that, as I mentioned, any place of higher learning, you go anywhere, not just colleges or institutions or university, but also if you go somewhere, maybe to attend some workshop, maybe you want to do some course somewhere, so that you can gain higher knowledge. You may meet your person under such circumstances as well. So wherever you go you gain higher knowledge, or even spiritual knowledge. You go somewhere to gain that. There also you can meet them. All right. So, or they may also be somebody who is your teacher or who was your teacher. That's also possible. So yeah, now let's move on to what will happen when 7th Lord goes to the 10th house. Your person can be connected to your work or workplace. It's possible. If 10th Lord is more or less well placed in your horoscope, then your person will be very dutiful, responsible. They will have a fair sense of justice. They will not tolerate injustice in the relationship. All right. So they want fairness in the relationship. They want you to treat them fairly. Again, they can be very disciplined, structured. They can be materialistic, goal-oriented, and they can also definitely want to be totally committed to you. They are looking for serious relationship if 10th Lord is well placed. You may meet them at some public place. It's possible. All right, maybe you went to some government office or somewhere and you met them there. It's possible. Besides, being connected to work, you may meet them at government offices, organizations. You may meet them at some public place. All right, even a place where which is even the media houses. So maybe you went there and you met your person at some media house. It's possible. All right. So yeah, now your person can do well if 10th Lord is well placed. They can do well in technology. They can do well in administration also. They can do well in business management. They can have managerial skills. They can also have intuitive powers. So definitely they can do well in any organization, and eventually they also can gain position and power, authority. At times you may feel that your person is a little too controlling, dominating. Maybe they want to because they really are the provider also in a way. In the relationship they can be the provider, so they may want to impose their will upon you. It's possible. So if that happens, then there could be some tension. You may feel distanced from your partner. So there has to be your partner should treat you fairly. All right, and they should not dominate or control you. All right, but yes, they should definitely be responsible towards you. So even if they are a little rigid about their views or about the way they are going to manage things, but if 10th Lord is more or less well placed, they will actually be very responsible. They will handle all their responsibilities with structure and dignity. That's possible. So yeah, and they can be very good at planning. So yes, that's possible. Now your person can also be somebody who always thinks about long-term goals in life. They will be very goal-oriented and materialistic. After being in relationship, committed relationship or marriage, you may also gain public recognition, or maybe your social status can improve if 10th Lord is well placed in your horoscope. Now let's move on to what will happen if the 7th Lord goes to the 11th house. 11th house is the house of social network, social circle. So connected to your social circle, or somebody in your social circle may introduce them to you, or they may be part of your social media network or social media circle. It's possible. Maybe you met them on social media, or you met them on online dating sites or platforms. All right, and you befriended each other, and then you started falling, or you fell for each other, and then the relationship developed. It's possible. Your elder siblings may introduce them to you. It's possible. Your person can be, look at how 11th Lord is placed. If it is more or less well placed, they'll have intellectual capabilities, but yes, they will be unique, unconventional, extraordinary. They can also have foreign connections, foreign origin. It's possible. They may belong to some foreign culture. That is also possible. Your meeting with your person can be sudden. That's also possible. And it can come into, they can come into your life as a pleasant surprise if 11th Lord is well placed. After their arrival in your life, after you're in a serious relationship with them, you can also gain prosperity in life. You can become more prosperous. That's possible. Your person also can be somebody who may be, who may also stand up against injustice done to the poor, weak. All right. So they may fight for humanitarian causes. They may be a humanitarian, they may be philanthropic, and they may fight for social causes. They may have a noble cause. They may be into noble profession, or they may fight or stand up for noble causes, social causes. They may have a lot of love. Again, if 11th Lord is well placed, they may be intimately connected to their community. They may feel that they have a sense of responsibility towards their community, and they will always try their best to protect all those people who are weak, unprivileged, poor in the community, and they will always protect their rights. So they may be connected to human rights. They may be connected to helping people in the community. So their way of looking at life can be very unique, extraordinary, unconventional. They will definitely have their own set of ideas, thoughts, their notions, which will be very unique. And they can also be very intelligent. They can have intellectual capabilities. So all that can attract you towards them. In this relationship, healthy give and take and friendship is very important. What is important is friendship and healthy give and take. So your person also, they may value their individuality a lot. For them, their individuality is very important. They want their freedom, their space in the relationship. Besides chasing common goals together, besides sharing hobbies, interests with you, they will also protect their individual space and identity. So giving each other due space is important in the relationship. Mutual respect should be there. All right. Sharing hobbies, interests, traveling together, being friends to each other, all that is very important. You may be introduced, your person may be introduced to you by some friend or by somebody who's in your social circle, or they may be somebody who is your friend. Actually, they were your friend initially, and later on they turn out to be your life partner. That's also possible. So maybe when you were fighting against some social evil, maybe you were connected to some charitable organizations, human welfare organizations, and you met your person through those sources, or under such circumstances when you were also involved in doing some charity, you were associated with some social welfare organization, and there you meet your person. That is also possible. Now let's move on to what will happen when your 7th Lord will go to the 12th house. Your person may be from some foreign culture. Maybe you can meet them in a foreign land, in a different place. Foreign land may be different country or a different place within the same country where the culture is different. Or maybe you may meet your person at a hospital, sanatorium. You may meet them at an art gallery. It's possible. All right. Your person, they may be connected to prison or jail, means they may work there, obviously. I hope you will not meet them in a prison, in an untoward way. But yes, they may be, professionally they may be connected to some prison or jail authorities, possible. Your person, definitely, they can also be connected to technology. They can be connected to some creative skills. They may have creative abilities, intuitive abilities. They may be into healing practices, spiritual practices. It's possible. Maybe maybe if you go to some place where, which is like a monastery, or, you go to some place where you can do meditation, all right? Maybe you go to some ashram or some sanatorium or monastery. You go there to gain spiritual knowledge or eventually spiritual enlightenment. That is your aim. Where you go to do meditation. In such places also you may meet your person. It's possible. When 7th Lord is in the 12th house. So, or maybe if you go to some financial institution where you have gone there to invest your money, you may meet them there also. That's possible. Now, your person, besides being creative, intuitive, they can be knowledgeable. All right? They may be very compassionate. Compassion, mutual understanding, mutual trust, transparency. Compassion, empathy is the key in the relationship. Actually, that is how, if you have compassion, forgiveness, empathy for each other, then only this relationship will work. Your person may be idealistic. They may be an escapist at times. They may love to, escape from the world of reality into their own safe zone. So you may feel that they are escapist. But it is very important to forgive them also, because definitely this can be a very karmic relationship. So you need to forgive them. You need to let go of mistakes. Small mistakes and follies can be ignored. You have to also learn how to let go and let them be, because your person, they have a world, a secretive world also within themselves. So they believe in, if you really want to be part of their secretive world, then you have to befriend them. Then you have to have intuitive connection with them. Then they will definitely allow you to be part of their beautiful world of secrets, imagination, idealism. All right? So yeah, you have to understand that basically they can be very soft-hearted. Again, if 12th Lord is well placed in the horoscope, you may feel that they are people who are a little confused, all right, and very idealistic, detached from reality. You may feel that way. But it's very important to develop intimate connection with your person. Healthy intimacy is very important. Forgiveness, mutual, forgiveness, forgiving each other and having compassion for each other is very important in the relationship. Only then, eventually, you will discover that you have a soul connection with this person with whom you have a very karmic bond in this life. And then eventually your relationship can be successful. They may be connected, as I told you, to spiritual practices, healing, even technology. They may be connected to investments, to foreign lands, or they may themselves have foreign connections and so on. So all that about 7th Lord in all 12 houses, if it is placed, if 7th Lord is in a certain house, how you're going to meet your person, how and where, in what circumstances, all that I have tried to cover as much as possible in today's video. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Now, before I wind up, let us all be charitable to the poor, to the downtrodden. Let us be kind, merciful to animals, birds and creatures. Let us be vegetarian and donate vegetarian food to old age homes and orphanages. See you next time, friends. Thank you.